A city with electric lights, delicious meals filled with umami, streets that radiate tradition and culture, with thousands and thousands of ways to keep yourself entertained. This is Tokyo, Japan. For the next couple of days, we will be exploring Tokyo, experiencing an omakase meal, eating the best udon and soba noodles, and visiting famous temples and shrines. Then, head on a day trip to Kamakura, where we will be enjoying tea in a bamboo forest and watching the sunset with Mt.Fuji from afar. We arrived late at night to Tokyo after a 6-hour flight from Taiwan. We checked into our hotel and found a small ramen shop right in front. The fragrance of the miso and chashu hooked us immediately. We stood on line for about 15 minutes before being seated and handed our first official meal in Japan. The deep, flavorful broth and sip of cold beer felt like heaven. The physical stress of the flight and transport was lifted off our shoulders, and we couldn't resist but close our eyes and admire the delicious bowl. Adding to the flavor, the vibe of the ramen shop made us officially realize that we are in Japan. The next morning, we headed to Shibuya and walked across the famous Shibuya crossing. With the heat blazing down on us, we headed to Starbucks and cooled off with a matcha latte and matcha cheesecake. Walking around Shibuya, we came across Jin's eyewear. Hearing that it takes about 1 day for the glasses to be ready, we decided to check them out. However, with our prescription, the glasses would not be ready before we left. So, we headed on to our next option, Owndays. Thankfully, they were able to have our glasses ready on time. We ordered 4 pairs of glasses for approximately $250. Walking around some more, we spotted this cute store where you can get your own customized rings. Wanting to get a more personalized souvenir and memory for our trip, we headed straight in. The whole process was very quick. After choosing our design and finding our size, it only took around 10 to 15 minutes. By this time, we were feeling quite hungry and walked around looking for a place to eat. But we realized that we were right next to Caspi's, a store that sells cases for your phone, iPad, and AirPods. We decided to stop there first. There were so many designs to choose from. We ended up both getting the vending machine design. While we were planning to get something to eat around Takeshita Street, the place was buzzing with so many people that we came back near Shibuya Crossing to a Kyukatsu restaurant. For a quick dessert, our personal favorite was a small ice cream shop that serves Hokkaido milk ice cream, Shiroichi. We love how it's not too sweet or too creamy. It has more of an icy texture, perfect for the summer. After a quick meal, we moved on to our next location, Meiji Jingu Shrine. The sun had begun to settle down, and with the wind slowly blowing against us, it created a calming effect as we walked through the pathway into the shrine. Before entering into the shrine, we made sure to follow the tradition of purification by washing our hands and rinsing our mouth. With the sounds of nature, the gravel being moved every step we take, the beautiful scenery of the perfectly shaped trees, and the intricate designs of the shrine, it was without a doubt a Zen moment for us. Placed around the shrine were these omikuji oracles. In most shrines, it would be a slip to tell if your fortune is good or bad, but in Meiji Jingu Shrine, it is a selection of poems. Making our way out of the shrine, we took the metro to Shinjuku to see Tokyo's nightlife at our first destination, Omoide Yokocho. The small alleyway was full of bars and izakayas, colorful lights that glisten into your eyes, and the smoky aroma of the grill as you walk by. The atmosphere is that of something you might see in a movie. The second location we went to for nightlife in Tokyo was Kabukicho. The streets were filled with restaurants, bars, and entertainment. Music was blasting into the street, including the sounds of everyone enjoying the night. Just nearby Kabukicho was Golden Gai, a snack alley full of bars, perfect for those who want to end the night with a drink. The next morning, we began our day by getting coffee and homemade dessert at Kale of Coffee. I recommend this cafe to those who enjoy coffee, as the baristas really know how to bring out the subtle aroma of each roast. After a caffeine boost, we headed to Ginza for a full-on shopping day. The entire neighborhood was filled with countless number of shops, but for us, we visited Japanese brands like GU, Uniqlo, and Muji. Just a short walk from Ginza Station was a hidden gem, a udon restaurant that is known for their cold udon noodles. There are many different options to order, but we ordered the meal with a tempura. The udon noodles are served with separate dipping sauces, which paired perfectly with a tempura. On a hot summer day in Tokyo, this dish is certainly something you would want to try. Not only did the noodles have an amazing chewy texture, with the cold beer and delicious bowl of rice, we were recharged for our next location, Ueno. Amayoko Shopping Street is best to visit as the sun sets. The heat starts to settle down and the vibrant lights brighten up the streets. Adding to that, the sounds of the vendors calling out to you creates an unforgettable experience. That night, we decided to wrap up the day by heading to Tokyo Tower. Originally, we thought of visiting the tower during the day, but because of the intense heat, we opted for a night view. Nevertheless, it might have actually been a better choice to see the tower at night. The tower was beautifully lit up, the grounds around it were fluorescent, and the delicious matcha crepe was just the perfect combination. Finally, the day we have been waiting for, it was the day we head to Kamakura for a day trip. There are many other day trips you can head to from Tokyo. We decided to head to Kamakura as it allowed us to see Mt.Fuji, the bamboo forest, the seaside, and historical sites. Taking the bus in Kamakura was fairly easy. Once you get off the train station, there are signs indicating where to wait for the bus to the destination you want. The first location we went to was Hokukuji Bamboo Forest. As you first enter the forest, you are met with tranquility. The sound of nature and the green scenery takes you to a place completely different than that of Tokyo. Once you have gone further in, you can purchase tickets to enter the forest. And for a little more, you can even have some tea. The forest seemed smaller than expected, but it was still a nice experience to be able to walk into one. Towards the end of the trail is a place where you can sit down to admire the bamboo forest with some tea and cookies. Even though there was a line, it moved fairly quick. We waited only about 10 minutes before being seated. The tea was very rich and may be bitter for some, but when you have it with the cookies provided, the balance was perfect.
Good morning, cafe.
For lunch, we went to a soba restaurant called Minamoto, ordered a set meal with tempura and 2 Kamakura special beers. The meal was very flavorful, with the perfect amount of seasoning, being the best soba noodles we've had so far. Just across the street is a major shrine of Kamakura, the Hachimango Shrine. Another spot you should visit when on a day trip to Kamakura is Komachi Street. There are many shops and cafes where you can cool off and relax. Once you are recharged, head on to Shichiraka Hama Beach. Here, we were able to see a glimpse of Mount Fuji and also see the iconic train. Exhausted from the day trip, we took it slow the next day. Our only plan for the day was to go to Tsukiji Market and eat, sleep, and relax. Just outside of the busy area was a sushi restaurant we found. It was a small shop and a quiet place for us to eat our meal. For those who don't like being in crowded areas but still want to enjoy eating around Tsukiji Market, we recommend this restaurant. Afterwards, we wanted to have some traditional Japanese dessert, so instead of going to a big cafe, we headed to a hidden spot that serves kakigori, a shaped ice cream dessert. We ordered 2 different kinds of flavors, matcha and strawberry. It was a great refreshing way to hide away from the sun. That evening, we head out back to Ueno to eat tonkatsu, a Japanese pork cutlet dish. The chef prepared and fried the meat on the spot. Each bite was very crispy and juicy. The following morning, we visited Asakusa, where it is known to be home of the oldest temple in Tokyo, Sensoji. There are also many food options in Asakusa. In specific, we visited a couple of places that we really wanted to try out, first starting off with Asakusa Menchi. The next on our list was melon bun. Warm and sweet, the matcha ice cream filling was a perfect combination to the fluffy pastry.
Are you happy?
Yeah, we're happy.
And finally, our first real meal in Asakusa, Wagyu beef. We ordered the Wagyu beef filet meal and was shown 3 ways to eat the dish, just with meat and rice, then with the addition of egg, and the third with beef broth. Now that our Japan trip was coming to an end, we wanted to wrap up our trip with an omakase meal in Akasaka. On our way to the restaurant, as soon as we got off the station, we were met with the Harry Potter theme exit, and also a cafe. Arriving to our last official spot of our trip, we reminisced all of the places and memories we created, enjoying the chef skillfully crafting each piece of the meal, having genuine conversation, and creating an experience that we won't ever forget.